So what was the job that you got junior year?
Is this show called Kappa Mikey. It was on Nickelodeon for 2 seasons. I worked on season 2. It was about an American cartoon character that goes to Japan and lives with anime people. It was so bad. I actually, somebody streamed it on Facebook a week or 2 ago, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe people are still watching this, and they're still like, sign the petition to bring Kappa Mikey back. And I'm like, nobody wants to watch this.
Somebody does. Oh, there's a petition.
I mean, there's definitely fan art. We definitely had fans. I don't know why, because it was so bad.
And you were just on the animation team?
I was a character designer, so it was character and prop design. But yeah, that was my first gig, and I met so many people that I know and have helped me be what I do now.
It was like a really important part of your whole journey.
Oh, absolutely. I actually got called back to do another show that they were doing, which was Speed Racer: The Next Generation, which was another gem.
Did that come out around the time the Wachowski Speed Racer movie came out? Yeah.
So they brought me back to do character design for that. It sucks so bad because when people talk about that show, they're like, the character designs were so bad. And I'm like, but this is what I was told to do. They're not that bad. But yeah, I worked that when I was doing my senior thesis. So I was like, constantly. That was my first, I have no time to do anything else but draw. And it was rough.
So how did you get that first gig?
I was an intern at this place called Animation Collective, which is defunct because the guy who ran it was kind of a schemester. But I was working there, and the producer came up to me one day because she saw that I knew how to do Flash because I had taken that class, and they would give the interns shadow work to do, so we'd be adding shadows to animation that was already done. And she was like, hey, do you want to take a test for character design? And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I took it, and she was like, hey, you have a job. And I was like, really? And I was like, ah.
And they often tell you with your internships, don't try to get a job there. The point isn't to get a job.
Yeah. I mean, that wasn't why I was there either, but she approached me and asked, and I was like, hell yeah,
Can't say no. You graduate from SVA.
Yep.
What happens next?
I spend 6 to 9 months unemployed because I thought I was hot shit in a champagne glass when I was not.
Oh, because you thought
I thought
I'm talented.
I've already worked 2 jobs. I'm guaranteed to get something else. And I couldn't find anything. I worked that job that was $200 because I needed something. Yeah. I mean, I was getting unemployment, which was really helping me pay rent and stuff. But I was 2 weeks away from moving back in with my mom when I was just browsing Craigslist one day, and somebody was looking for an animator, and I applied. And I ended up working for this guy in Brooklyn who wanted to make viral YouTube videos, which they never went viral for obvious reasons, but these shorts called Agent Fat Kid, and it was about a fat kid who solves crimes by throwing up on people. I mean,
Agent Fat Kid.
It's still on the internet. You can still find it. There was only 2 episodes in that, and then we did some other stuff. I can't even remember what it was at this point, but I worked for him for almost a year.
It was 2000.
This would be 2010.
Yeah. YouTube was a little bit of a different place in 2010. I don't think they had their full monetization thing going yet. They had you could be a YouTube partner.
Yeah.
You could apply to be a partner, and then you could monetize videos maybe. And at that time, they hadn't cracked down on copyright as much, so everything was getting appealed as fair use, and the algorithms for what got you more views were very different. It was view count, I think, was very different at that time versus minutes watched.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was kind of a gold rush of maybe
let's make viral videos.
We can make little tiny things and they'll have a lot of views and get shared a lot of times.
Yeah.
And stuff.
It was a really fun job because I basically got paid to do whatever the hell I wanted.
It was decent money. This guy was really gonna go for it.
Yep.
He's like, I'm gonna spend some money and go viral. And
I don't know. I have no idea where he got that money. There was some Madonna video where she's writhing naked on a couch that's shaped like lips, and he had that couch.
Really?
Yeah.
He probably has enough money that he spins a few plates. He's like, well, I could try to get Agent Fat Kid going. And I got a couple of my other enterprises.
Yeah.
And some of them fail and some of them don't. But when the ones that succeed make him yet more money, and then he can do that again. And, Yeah. But Agent Fat Kid fell flat.
It did.
Right on its barfy face.
It really did. The first episode was he goes to a foie gras factory where they're overfeeding the geese. And, he's got to save the geese. So he gets on the conveyor belt where the geese are getting the millet pushed down their throats, and he fills himself up to bursting, and then he goes into the boss's office and throws up all over him, and that's the end.
How long were the episodes?
I'd say they're between 3 and 5 minutes. Yeah.
I feel like now there's a little bit more of a push to do short animation web series again.
Yeah. I mean, Nick's doing it. Cartoon Network is doing it.
Disney to some degree. So I saw that like there's a new web series called Star Wars Forces of Destiny, and it's just like they're 3 minutes and shorter.
Wow.
And they're for the most part they use the actual voice actors. Like Mark Hamill does Luke, and Daisy Ridley does Rey, and they just do like little snippets from all of the Star Wars films, but a scene that you didn't see.
Yeah.
So like the first time Yoda ever rode on Luke's back or something, and they're kind of cute.
Yeah.
Disney has more marketing data than I'm sure we could ever imagine. So
Right.
I'm sure it was an informed decision. It was like, make those YouTube animations.
Yeah, totally.
And that seems like the kind of thing that would like an animator in New York, a project like that could come to you at any time.
Yeah.
Tell us about a few other like projects like of that caliber that you've had.
I mean, I did a lot of ad work for a while. Back when flash banner ads were huge, I animated the shit out of that.
Wow.
All the time. I worked for like United Music Group. I worked for Hendrick's Gin. Like, anytime you saw like a little banner ad,
Like what? Like
yeah, it'd be
banners
like
at the top
Eminem
page?
popping up and being like, "Hey guys, my new album's coming out. Here's when it comes out. Check it out. Click here."
Is it a character design you did of Eminem, or is it like
It's like a photo of him.
you're animating him?
Yeah.
Okay. That almost like to me like by modern standards feels like porn or something, like little porn things, little porn gifs.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And that paid like decent enough that you
It
could
paid pretty well
Really?
for what it was.
because it got a lot of eyeballs.
Yeah.
Ads
It was
paid-
advertisements get so much money.
Yeah.
I did like a goldfish ad, and that got me like. The thing about it is though, is that you're only working the job for 2 weeks. You get paid an exorbitant amount of money, and then you're unemployed again.
Yeah.
So
That's why I didn't really pursue it. Also, on top of the fact that I really disliked LA, I saw the people that were working in LA, even my successful friends. It was they would do really well for a minute, and then it was back to scariness.
Yep.
For a little while, and then it was like, oh, good, I got a new gig,
Yep.
and it was just like I can't live like that. I personally.
everybody dangles the freelance fish in front of my face. Like, oh, you don't have to work in the studio. You can go freelance and make so much money. I'm like, yeah, but then my second job is finding a job.
Yeah, right.
You know, and what if I don't find a job?